Okay, but we can't hear ourselves on our. We can't hear ourselves. Oh, there we go. Now we're up. Now we're up. Good.
Yeah, there we go. Better.
Actually, I'm just trying to think. I got to be able to see the monitor.
Oh, when we're doing it?
Yeah.
How do you want to do that?
I don't know.
You stand up here?
Let's try this, and maybe you down over here.
All right.
Hey, Charlie, how you doing? Good to see you.
Glad to see you.
Charlie,
Thank
Joe
you.
McMahon. Nice to see you. Okay.
Excuse me. Try not to hang it.
All right, you step down.
That's not going to work very well.
No.
I'll tell her the problem.
Can you see it?
Hey, what's up? Wait, you vape? You're usually such a control freak.
I'm addicted.
I used to smoke and vape, and the only thing in control is the nicotine. And you have asthma.
Yeah, but mine's just mild.
Doesn't matter. It can still trigger an attack.
I need to quit.
Quitting is the best way to keep your
That's the AD.
Yeah.
Because they had one guy that was here just a year.
Right, like interim, yeah.
From Boise or whatever. Yeah, okay. Got it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about him.
Remember, he was here and gone?
Did he go
In fact-
back to Boise?
Yeah, because he got
What'd you say, Marty? Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was here for a little while and then got the head AD job back there, so
Did he really?
got a big pay raise. So
What would the AD here make? Under 100?
parking fees? I don't know. I don't know. As much as they're building around here, there must be money everywhere.
Oh, my goodness.
You notice that?
Yeah.
On campus?
Oh, my goodness.
They keep sending me the alumni stuff. Here you go. Why don't you donate?
Man, I could go for a root beer.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the women's team. J.D. Solomon, who's their assistant coach, his wife works for me out at the school. And
Tall redhead?
yeah. Julianne, she played for.
Did they
the
both
Grizz-
play here?
No, she was a Grizzly. Julianne Keller is her last name. Was her maiden name. She played for over at U of M.
Hi, everybody. Welcome inside the PE Center in Helena, Montana for tonight's Frontier Conference matchup between the visiting Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College and the Fighting Saints of Carroll. Peter Young along with Joe McMahon. Both teams, Joe, struggling as of late. Carroll's lost 4 straight, and Rocky Mountain has lost 2 in a row coming into tonight.
Yeah, they're both reeling a bit coming in tonight, and for Carroll College, they just got to find a way to simplify this whole game for them, slow it down a little bit, and execute down the stretch. And I think for Rocky, the big key here is Michaela Jones is out. She averages 14 a game. Coach Wes Keller's wondering who's going to step up, who's going to help them out.
Both teams 2-5 in conference play. This is a big game. Remember, it's a doubleheader. 20 minutes after the women's game, we'll have the men's contest. Stick around, tip-off coming up. That's about all he wants.
That'll work. They don't want me to sing or anything. Huh, because I practiced.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Who do you got in the games tomorrow? You watching?
Yeah, I like New England, and I don't really know about the other game. What about you?
Mountain, the big key here is that Michaela Jones, their leading scorer, 14 points a game, not playing tonight. So who's going to step up for Wes Keller? Who's going to fill that void?
Both teams in conference play 2-5 on the season, so this is a big matchup. The women are up first. 20 minutes after the conclusion of that one, we'll have the men's contest. So stick around. We got 2 games tonight. Tip-off coming up right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PE Center on the campus of
Wait,
Carroll
you
College.
vape?
Oh, that worked out.
You're usually such a control freak.
I'm addicted.
I used to smoke and vape, and the only thing in control was the nicotine. And you have asthma.
Yeah, but mine's just mild.
It doesn't matter. It can still trigger an attack.
I need to quit.
Quitting is the best way to keep your asthma under control. Help in the 406, my friend. It's good. It's getting better.
Excited about Bobcat season? Trust us, so are we. Sometimes game day just can't get here soon enough. You could show up 12 hours before kickoff to show your colors, or you could get the new Bobcat banking card from First Interstate Bank. Find out more at bobcatbanking.com.
There are some things in life that require no demand, something special. These are the times when you must seek a steak that is truly worthy of the accomplishment at hand. And when no mere steak will do, the Silver Star Steak Company has your back. They use only the best certified Angus beef, delicately prepared with as much love as your occasion deserves. When you deserve the best, The Silver Star Steak Company has a steak worthy of you.
Always in your good grace, always thankful, always ready to serve. We ask this in your most holy name. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
We ask that you remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. The anthem is being performed by Maddie Thompson, a junior nursing student from Eugene, Oregon.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Maddie.
Beautifully done, and we are ready for some basketball tonight here on the campus of Carroll College. Here are your Frontier Conference standings coming in. Lewis and Clark State is still undefeated and one of the top-ranked teams in the nation. And then you got MSU Northern at 5-2, Western at 5-3. Now both of these teams, Joe, just lost to Western. Rocky lost to Western last night, and Carroll lost to them on Thursday. Carroll lost at the buzzer.
Yeah, they did. They were leading with 17 seconds to go, and they gave up 4 points at the end of the game and lost that basketball game. You're right. And for Rocky, they lost that game by 5 last night, so they're coming off a loss. They've got back-to-back. Are their legs going to be ready? Well, what kind of energy are they going to have tonight? I'm sure Coach Keller is a little concerned about that, but it's in Frontier Conference. There's no time to sit back. You got to get after it.
And there you see Wes Keller in his third season, 35 and 40 overall.
Native of Helena, played his high school basketball right here at Helena High School for his dad, Steve Keller.
And so for Carroll College, Rochelle Sayers, the head coach, lost 4 straight games, and a number of these, Joe, have been by just a bucket or two. Thursday night, kind of what's really been the story here of this month. And East Palmore, one of the stars of the conference,
Sure.
gets a shot right at the buzzer.
Yep. Shot at the buzzer, beats them there, and for Carroll, it seems like Groundhog Day. It just keeps happening to them at the end of the games. They play pretty well down the stretch, but they just can't seem to get over the top. On the plus side, Cassidy Hashley gets her 1,000-point the other night, and she's just a junior, so she's having a great game. There she is right now, but for the rest of Fighting Saints, it's tough.
So the Pro Build starting lineup for Rocky, you got Farstveit, Francis, Engelhardt, Chamberlain, and Justin Jewell. And again, still trying to figure out who is going to step up to take the place of Michaela Jones. They just don't know when she's going to get back. Pro Build starting lineup for Carroll. You got Bailey Pasta, Hashley, the center, again, just got 1,000 points not too long ago. Still only a junior. Watson, Dean, and Brittany Johnson.
Good crowd starting to gather here at the PE Center tonight, Peter. Only game in town in Helena.
Sayers in her 6th season, 100 wins and 66 losses. You go back 4 games ago, they lost here at home. Their last home game was versus Northern, lost by a bucket. And then they lost at Western by a bucket. They've had a couple overtime wins as well.
And on the road, they lost at Montana Tech prior to that. They went down and lost to LC State. So it's been a bunch of conference losses, and for Bailey Watson, who's the only senior on this club, she wants to get this turnaround right now.
Carroll in the home white and Rocky in the road green and black, and Carroll has the tip. Rocky starts out man-to-man defense.
Yep, they're coming out aggressive, man-to-man, overplaying the passing lanes, looking to challenge everything. Going to force Carroll to take the ball to the hole.
Pasta with it, 9 to shoot. Two to shoot. And three-pointer is not even close. That was Hannah Dean. So not a great possession offensively to kick things off. Coach Turca wanted them, Assistant Coach Turca wanted them to simplify and execute.
That wasn't it.
They did neither on that possession.
That's right.
Hannah Dean is shooting 12% from the behind the arc this season.
I don't think that's how they drew up their first possession, Peter. Carroll's going to come out, play some man-to-man right away as well.
Drive into the paint, shot up, and there's a block. So good defense by Dean.
Dean's a young player for Carroll, and she has got a very promising future. She's from Gardner, Montana, but she's a presence down low.
Ashley Hashley no good with her first shot. And Justin Jewell beats everybody down court, so that's the first bucket of the night. Rocky up 2-0.
Nice job by Jewell running the floor, and they found her on that breakaway pass. Good ball movement that time by West Color's team. Carroll looking a little unsure offensively right now, and it's no trick defense right now for Rocky. It's just man-to-man aggressive defense right now.
Johnson, little scoop shot, no good.
There's Dean, the presence on the board. She'll put it back up.
Dean, the third leading scorer, averaging 9.2 points a night. But her field goal percentage, Joe, has been fairly abysmal at 37% on the season.
Carroll struggled in conference play putting the ball in the hole. Their field goal percentage is way down.
Yeah, on the season, Carroll's shooting 41%. Rocky's actually worse than that. They're as a team 40%.
Well, in the conference, they average 59 points or 56 points per game, and overall 62. So when it gets to conference and the defense tunes up, it's tough for Carroll to score.
Pull-up jump shot. No good. Dean with another rebound. Carroll pushes it up. Pasta for three.
Steps into it.
In and out.
And everything, it wouldn't go.
And Dean almost got another rebound.
She's active, Hannah Dean. She is all over the floor.
Jewell thought about it. And that's another block shot for Hannah Dean, so that should be two so far here. Just 2.5 minutes into the game. Nice ball movement.
Kick it right back out, but Johnson not ready to shoot, so they'll reset here at the top. She said Rocky aggressive man-to-man right now, but let's see how long their energy level will last tonight.
They go back to Hashley.
It's their bread and butter, 15 a game.
Nice footwork, no good. And second chance up and good. Hannah Dean in the right spot at the right time.
You know, for Dean, a post player, she certainly benefits from playing with Cassie Hashley because Cassie definitely draws some attention from the other team defensively.
Well, and that is one area tonight where Carroll really needs to take advantage. They are top 10 in the nation in terms of rebounding margin. They out-rebound their opponents by 9.
It's critical for Carroll.
Turnover, traveling on first feet. The junior from Beach, North Dakota, transfer from Dickinson State.
2-foot shuffle before you put the ball on the floor. It happens to the best of us. Kobe Bryant used to do it for a living, right?
And never got called, right?
No, that's right. Probably still doing it, just not in the NBA.
Dean, yes, nice touch on the late footer.
Beautiful face up, step back, rock, all in one motion, knocked it down. Nice play. It's such a chess match, and neither one of these teams has any surprises for the other team.
Pasta with it. Rocky does a nice job of getting back, and they got to call a carry.
Yeah.
So we just saw a traveling and a carry.
Correct call. I thought I saw her hand under the ball. I think that's a good call. Carroll and Rocky met December 1st. Carroll won that game in Billings 62-54. So they went on the road and beat the Battling Bears, but a lot has changed since then. We're 5 minutes in and really no substitutions to speak of.
Seven to shoot. First feet, pull up. Yes.
Yeah, Farspeed saw that Dean jumped over on a switch and had her, and she said, I'm going to take her to the basket, step back, jump shot right over the top of her.
She had 11 last night against Montana Western, averaging 9.4 on the season.
It's a little too quick for Hannah to stay with her. They're really not looking inside really hard right now to Hashley, and I'm sure that was part of the game plan, but there's Dean with it.
Nice little swing through. A little reverse layup, yes. Hannah Dean off to a nice start here in this first quarter.
That's 8.
She's got 8.
Yeah, 8 points, I believe.
She's got all their points.
I don't know how she put that ball in the hole. Johnson knocked it loose, but with her inside hand, you want to reach for the outside, knock it loose, and keep going.
And looks like we're going to have our first free throws of the game.
I think that's on Hannah.
Keisha Engelhardt on the drive. And so with 4:40 to go in the first quarter, it's been a fairly quick first quarter and low scoring. Carroll as Rocky doubled up 8-4.
This country wasn't discovered, it was built. One home, one neighborhood, one school at a time. The future, it has to be built too, out of concrete, out of drywall and 2x4s. At ProBuild, we believe there's a builder inside us all. We believe it's time we put him to work.
When traveling through Montana's capital city, make your lodging destination the Comfort Suites in Helena, Montana. Centrally located on I-15 and US Highway 12, we're close to the midway point between Yellowstone and Glacier National Parks. Start the day off right with a complimentary hot and delicious breakfast, offering spacious guest rooms, internet access, business center, indoor pool and fitness center, and much more. Comfort Suites Helena is the official hotel for the Carroll College Fighting Saints and their fans. Call us at 406-495-0505 or visit us online at comfortsuiteshelena.com.
Back at Helena, Peter Young, Joe McMahon, 8-4 your score early on. Hey, the game of the week is brought to you by ProBuild. Montana Tobacco Quit line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW. First Interstate Bank, Opportunity Bank, Silver Star Steak Company, Helena Accommodations, and Conlon's Furniture. Thank you for all of our wonderful sponsors and getting these games on air. Engelhardt at the line this year, a 73% free throw shooter. Neither team, Joe, has done a very good job at the line, both well under 70% as a team.
Yeah, and down the stretch, those free throws are harder to make. I mean, early in the game like this, a little more relaxed, but those last 5 minutes when the game's close, that's when it really comes to tell.
Michaela Dowdy, number 5, has checked in for Carroll.
Out of Capitol High School, just a few blocks down the road.
And they're going to call another travel, this one on Dean.
Yeah, Hannah's pretty aggressive. She's going to the basket, but she did shuffle her feet.
So only the second turnover for Carroll.
And we'll see, we're almost 6 minutes in here, Peter, and first timeout has been taken. Let's see the adjustments that both teams are making here.
Jewel's going to try a 3. They leave her wide open, doesn't even hit the rim. Offensive rebound for Rocky, in and out. And McDonough with another offensive board.
McDonough doing a great job. Nobody's checking her off right now.
It's Farspeed. She likes that 1 or 2 dribble pull-up.
She does. Yeah, that seems to be her shot. She gets the defense rocking backwards and stops. Likes that little 15-footer.
Pasta. And she gets her first bucket of the night.
Yeah, down the lane, off the glass. They need more of that from Bailey.
Pasta, the second leading scorer at just over 10 a game, but shooting well under 40%. Jewel's going to try it again. How about that for confidence? Justin Jewel for 3.
Yeah, a minute ago she missed everything.
That's only her third made three-pointer of the season, shooting about 16%.
Apparently Wes Keller said, you're stepping up for Michaela Jones tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, Coach. You got the green light.
First made 3 of the ball game, cuts the lead to 1.
Still man-to-man for Rocky, but they've lost a little bit of that momentum. Not quite as up close and in the face right now.
5 to shoot.
Dean with it. Looking, not sure what to do. It's just a bad position that time. Coach Sayers is looking over at him, talking to her. It looked like everybody stopped moving. She got the ball in the wings. You notice everybody was standing looking at her. You got to move.
Not great spacing either.
It's pretty good, pretty easy to play solid defense when the offense stands and watches. I could do that for about 2 minutes, I bet.
Johnson in, and Dean will take a seat for Carroll. Also checking back in is Sarah Chalich, number 11 from Coeur d'Alene.
Nice pass.
Yeah, beautiful pass over the top for Markayla Francis.
Yeah, the freshman had a great fall. Great pass from Jewel. Fed it right over the top of the defense and laid it right where it needed to be.
Rocky takes the lead, 11-10. Dowdy had a hard time hanging on to it. This is Dean. Boy, triple team, just not a great pass. No. Dowdy somehow manages to hold on. Dean again has to shoot. Good footwork, yes. She is on fire.
She bails him out after Chelis made a bad decision to throw it into the triple team. They got it back out, and somehow Dean bailed him out. She's got 10 points.
Farstvedt on the run, and they're going to call a foul on Pasta. So that will send Haley Farstvedt to the line, a 67% free throw shooter on the season.
2 free throws, Haley Farstvedt.
How are you from the line, Peter, in your career? College, remember?
I remember high school because it was a good number. Don't remember college.
Okay. You're not going to tell us?
High school is 80%.
Awesome.
Rocky.
That is good.
Ashley back in.
Yeah, as Ashley goes, so does this team, and she's got to step up here.
And Ebony Jackson, number 32 in the ball game for Rocky. Pasta, pull up. Nobody Gardner, nice and aggressive shot, no good.
Rebound, Keisha
Engelhardt with the rebound.
She's pushing the pace, and she pushed it far enough that she drew a foul. Brittany Johnson, I believe.
Brittany Johnson,
yeah.
her first team third out of bounds, Bears.
That's the third team foul on the Saints. Rocky yet to have a foul.
Yeah, Saints jumped out to a little lead early, but the Bears have battled back, up by 1 at the moment. It's going to be a close game. I don't see either team getting blown out here tonight.
And another foul, and Engelhardt will go back to the line.
Johnson's coming out right away. I think Watson's coming back in for her.
2 free throws, Keisha Engelhardt.
You look at the bench over there for Carroll College, Peter, and a lot of girls just kind of sitting there. I mean, you lost 4 in a row.
It's
this
tough.
Is a home game. You got to get after it. This is a critical game for this team.
First miss of the night for Rocky from the free throw line. Well, Coach Sayers has got them coming in and out, trying to keep people fresh. Bailey Watson back in, number 23.
Just trying to find that right combination.
Missed them both. Jackson nearly got the offensive rebound.
Until Ashley got her hands on it and just tore it away from her. Cass is pretty strong.
And Jackson and Ashley going at it. Jackson trying to front. Dowdy, good position. And first foul of the night on Rocky.
Yeah, Francis. A little too aggressive defensively.
1:21 to go. This has been a pretty quick first quarter here. Out of bounds underneath, skip pass to Bailey, yes. Bailey Pasta for 3, first 3 of the night for Carroll.
Really well executed out of bounds play that time. Pasta waited just right, cut to the corner. They found her right away, and she hit it in rhythm.
Brandy Cum, number 4 into the ball game for Rocky. They try and go over the top to Jackson. Good defense by Michaela Dowdy.
Exactly. Stayed on the ground, got her hands straight up, got a piece of that ball on the shot.
4th block of the first quarter.
There's a battle going on underneath with Dowdy and number 32.
That's Jackson.
Jackson, yeah. And I think they just got Ebony for another foul. Yep, the first.
Second team first on Jackson. Boy, dangerous inbounds. Ashley with it from about the free throw line, no good. Tipped out, she gets the offensive rebound.
Yeah, Dowdy, they just got a hand on it and flipped it back out to Cassie Ashley. They'll set it up again and start over. Looks like the defense has switched now for Rocky. They're sitting in 2-3 zone, trying to really front the post.
Pasta's going to try another three in and out. And they're going to get Dowdy over the back.
I think Carroll is appreciative of the zone defense. Their offense seems to click a little better. Like Hannah Dean's going to get back in the game, Peter. She's off to a great start, 10 points in the first quarter.
So 5th team foul. That will put Francis at the line, shooting 2.
So neither basketball team really has established any momentum here. They're really just going back and forth.
Francis on the season, a 55% free throw shooter, makes the first. Dowdy out, and Dean back in.
Just a freshman, does a great job, Francis does. She's very poised, has good defense. Not real tall, but strong.
Tied up at 15, shot clock is off. Carroll hoping to play for the last shot, tipped out of bounds. I thought it was off the Saints, but tipped out of bounds by Rocky. So you got 17.1 to shoot.
See what Carroll can set up here as Rocky goes right back to that man-to-man defense.
Here's Dean. She's had the hot hand. Might as well. Pasta. 5. Little runner, no good. And Hashley with the rebound, no good. And Jackson gets it. So Carroll with 2 pretty good looks.
Yep.
And it's been a tight first quarter. Tied up at 15 here at home. Both teams trying to get back into the winning column.
Have you put off buying a new Tempur-Pedic mattress because you think they're too expensive? Let Conlon Sleep Center help you upgrade to the highest level of comfort, support, and performance with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress. Right now, get the sleep you deserve for as little as $42 a month. It's hard to believe, but true. You can sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, for as low as $42 a month. Hurry in to Conlon Sleep Center for your new Tempur-Pedic or go to conlons.com.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the eastern high plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
Since my knee surgery, I'm back to everyday life, running, hiking, riding my horses, enjoying life again.
I've been able to go back to doing the things I love to do, the hiking, the fishing. Splitting wood was a good way to get rid of stress, and now I'm able to do that without pain.
Dr. Bem is very professional and very thorough.
And we've both come to trust him very much.
Dr. Gregory M. Bem and Steele Memorial Medical Center. Call today.
And we're back. Hannah Dean with that first quarter. 10 points, 4 rebounds for the sophomore from Gardner. As Rocky starts off with the ball here. Tie ball game. Well, not the greatest shot there for Rocky. Pretty quick 3 with a hand in the face. That one another air ball.
There's Bailey Watson.
Watson with a wide open 3. So both teams here with a pretty quick trigger to start out the second quarter.
For Watson, the senior forgot to follow the shot that time. She started heading back on defense, and the ball came right out to her.
Neither team shooting all that great. Rocky 33% so far, and Carroll at just under 37.
Carroll in a zone defense at this point. Switched it up.
Dean with another rebound. Farsleet with that quick shot.
Dean's off to a tremendous night.
Yeah, they're going to call traveling on Hashley. We'd like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima. We are happy to have you enjoying this game with us tonight.
Francis, just step back, let it fly.
Well, both teams, they just fairly confident tonight, Joe. They're going to leave you open. Might as well take it, but Markayla Francis That's only her 4th attempt of the season and has yet to make one.
And it's not like the shot clock's running down, as Hannah Dean just traveled. She just changed her pivot feet. But it's, yeah, I mean, it's not like the shot clock's running down. You got to fire something up. Bailey Watson just, last time down, 10 seconds off the shot clock, and off it went.
Jewel. Tough shot. Boy, neither team finding the range here in this second quarter. They are both over. And tipped out of bounds off of the Badland Bears. So it's Rocky ball. That last traveling on Hannah Dean, Joe, kind of is echoing in my head with the words of Gary Turcotte. Simplify. She's trying to make this 3-foot bounce pass. She could have taken an open 10-footer.
Yep, take what the defense gives you, and she had a good shot. You're right, Peter. Good point. Rocky, man-to-man, chasing the Saints all over the floor here. Usually a step behind. Nice pass.
5 to shoot. Nice little backdoor. Hannah Dean. And they're going to call a foul. Nice. And she will shoot 2.
Good heads-up play that time by Sarah Cherlich, the sophomore from Coeur d'Alene. She waited. And an even better job of Hannah Dean moving without the basketball. That back cut.
Dean on the season, 67% from the free throw line. First trip to the line tonight for Carroll. Pasta, their best free throw shooter, at 81%. So Dean makes 1 out of 2. And now Carroll comes out with a little 3-quarter court pressure. Little 1-2-2. And Rocky not ready for it, and Coach Keller's going to call timeout. And he's kind of hopping at somebody.
Yeah, he's talking to 2 of them who took off and didn't help him break the press. That's what it was. He's got to get a timeout and get it.
So a 30-second timeout for Keller. Coming up on the first Interstate Bank halftime report, we'll get a chance to visit with Jarek Walcott, Sports Information Director at Carroll, and Bruce Parker, Rocky Mountain College Athletic Director. That's all coming up on the first Interstate Bank halftime report. Now remember, folks, this is the first of 2 tonight. There's Bruce Parker, the black vest, sitting right behind the bench. Used to be the athletic director here at Carroll for a long time, so well known around the Frontier Conference.
Yep, had a good run here for the Fighting Saints. Moved on to Billings.
Boy, Rocky now down to 25% shooting on the night. They have done a nice job at the free throw line. But you take a look at some of the other numbers. Carroll is out-rebounding Rocky 15-9. Also shooting much better.
About 37%
from the floor, yeah.
But neither team lightened it up, that's for sure. It's tough, and I think for Rocky, they had the initial momentum where they came out, they're on fire. We got to get this game. We lost last night. We don't want to go 0-2 on the weekend. And they were pretty aggressive, but you've seen a lull here, and it's Wes Keller trying to get his team fired back up and right back at it.
Well, clearly you have 2 advantages for Carroll tonight. Number 1, they're playing at home in front of their home crowd. And then number 2, you would think, Joe, they'd have the fresher legs because they played Thursday night.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Rocky plays last night. They got to get on the bus and come right here the next night.
Yep. And it was an away game, exactly. Both teams, when you're at 5th in the conference, midway point here, it's time to get after it. Carroll sitting in that 2-3 zone. They've got Watson out front.
And that might be off of Fart's knee. It is. So a nice strip there by Carroll.
Yep. Right off her knee, out of bounds. Carroll gets it right back. Carroll with 6 turnovers, just the second one, I believe, for Rocky. Carroll's going to a high post game. Baseline cutters. There's pass on the wing, waiting for the post to show up. There she is. Double team, so they'll give it to Hashley. She's got the 3 if she wants it, but she'll go right back. Yeah, she's up on her feet.
It's got to be out of 7 turnovers, Joe. That's got to be about the 4th or 5th traveling they've called here in this first half.
Yeah, a couple of them on Dean. She's done a good job rebounding and scoring tonight for them, but turned it over a couple of times. Just a 1-point game.
And another travel. Boy, this is it's been a bit of a bug tonight for both these teams.
Officials' arms are going to get tired from indicating that traveling call.
That was Madeline Jaquart, who was just in briefly out of Rocky Ford, Colorado, got that traveling call, so she's back on the bench. Carroll with the 1-point lead, just over 7 to go, first half.
Dean's defender fell down. She didn't notice it. She passed the ball. Now they've got Cassie where she needs it.
Yeah, pretty move. Dean with another offensive rebound and is fouled and will shoot 2. Francis is going to pick up another one. Second team foul of the quarter and second on Francis here in the first half. So Dean with 11, along with now 6 rebounds.
5 points for Pasta, and that's pretty much it. Dean's got 12. She just hit that one. Yeah, neither team really taking control of this game, Peter. It's just back and forth.
And Dean has taken over that free throw style that all of the men for the Carroll basketball team have adopted. At Valparaiso, Indiana. He's a high school coach that has kind of pioneered it. And Carroll as a team shooting just under 80%, the men. And it seems to be working for them.
Yeah, they lead the NAIA in that department.
Boy, deep 3 for Rocky. Pasta with the rebound. Rocky now 1 for 5 from behind the arc. 3 on the other end, yes! Challenge for 3.
Maybe that shot by Challenge will get the Saints going. You just feel like the game's there for Carroll to take. You know?
She is their top 3-point shooter at 46% on the season.
She's quick. Carroll puts on a little half-court trap, just enough to get Rocky out of their rhythm, out of their offensive flow. Sitting in that zone.
Another deep 3 from that same spot. Challenge with the rebound. Challenge stands only 5'6".
Carroll defensively doing a great job rebounding. 1 shot for Rocky, that's it.
And Hashley for 3. Cassidy Hashley with only her 10th made 3-pointer of the season, and Coach Keller got to quickly call a timeout. The lead has ballooned to 9. 24-15 with 5:46 to go. We'll step aside for a minute.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
This country wasn't discovered, it was built. One home, one neighborhood, one school at a time. The future, it has to be built too. Out of concrete, out of drywall and 2x4s. At ProBuild, we believe there's a builder inside us all. We believe it's time we put him to work.
And we are back, and that was the first bucket of the second quarter for Rocky. Yep. They had been outscored 9 straight here.
Yeah, Ebony Jackson got the ball inside on a nice feed, used her left hand off the glass and knocked it home.
Another 3 off, no good. That was Bailey Watson. Tipped out of bounds, it'll be Rocky basketball.
So good timeout by Wes Keller. He saw the game starting to pull away, and he came back on a design play out of the timeout and got a bucket.
That's the first bucket of the night for Jackson. And they're going to get Justin Jewell with a travel. Almost looked like she just slid there.
How many traveling calls have we had tonight? we got a stat for turnovers, but we don't break it down. But oh my gosh,
There's been a number of them.
Looks like a Y-ball game going on here, right? They don't call traveling.
No. They're doing it tonight, though.
Carroll has an advantage in the post. Francis is sitting down right now.
Chalitz, that's 2 straight threes and a great design play. Double screen got her wide open.
Ran it to perfection. She stepped up with confidence and knocked that ball down.
Carroll now 50%, 4 of 8 from behind the arc.
You know, Coach Sayers would take that anytime.
And Jackson traveled. There's another one.
She did travel. I think Cassidy actually helped her a little bit with a little nudge from her right leg, but if you get away with it, whatever.
Lead up to 10 for Carroll.
I'm looking over Wes Keller watching him. He's just shaking his head. Back to fundamentals and dribbling and jump stops on Monday. Or maybe Sunday.
But wouldn't you love to see, beautiful pass. Pretty basketball by Carroll. Dean to Watson.
Assist for Dean and Watson with the bucket, and all of a sudden the offense is starting to go for Carroll.
I was just going to say, wouldn't you like to see her just simply take that 12-footer? But an even better pass.
Yeah, you get a layup, go for it. There we go.
Another turnover.
There's Chalik. Chalik steps in and steals it. She's come off the bench and sparked Carroll.
Pasta, little runner, yes. Boy, Rocky looks a little rattled right now, and Coach Keller just doesn't seem to have an answer.
Well, this lead has ballooned to 14, and we were tied at 15 at the quarter. Carroll's outscored him 16-2 here in the second quarter.
Jewell with the answer. So second three-pointer of the night for Justin Jewell. She's 2 for 3 from behind the arc. Gets it down to 11.
That's Dean with Jewell on her big knee brace. On that left knee for Jewell. Carroll throws it away.
Well, 8th turnover. At least it wasn't a travel, right?
Yeah, something different.
Watson will take a seat. And Anna Harrington into the game, redshirt freshman out of Spokane. Under 3 to go here, first half. Very tight first quarter, but this second quarter has just been dominated by Carroll. And they're going to call a foul before the shot. That's only the first team foul for Carroll. Second on Pasta.
Bailey was just riding her down the lane. Couldn't get ahead of her. Carroll right back in that man-to-man defense. It seems to have sparked their offense, and guess what happened?
Boy, it is contagious, isn't it? Another traveling.
I don't know the last time I've seen that many traveling calls on one team in just the first half of basketball. At this level, college level. Kayla Robinson with the ball now for Carroll. Out of Billings.
Oh, pretty. Well, nobody's going to stop her in the paint as long as she can make those shots.
Yeah.
That is not going to get blocked.
Well, she's got 15 points, 15 of the 33. Dean's off to a great start tonight.
Good defense by Dowdy, who's checked back in the ballgame. Here's Farstveit. And that one
I think they're
will
going
not
to
drop.
I think they're going to get Dowdy on that one. Peter, she tried to step in and help, but she reached. She didn't move her body.
Dowdy, her second, Dean second. 2 free throws, Haley Farstveit.
Farstveit had a pretty good game in Dillon last night. She had 11 points. Englehart led them with 12 in their 5-point loss to Western.
Yeah, she had 12 and 7 rebounds, too.
Yeah.
Want to remind you about our First Interstate Bank halftime report. We'll be able to sit down and visit with Jarek Walcott, the Sports Information Director for Carroll, and Bruce Parker, Rocky Mountain College Athletic Director. Coming up on the First Interstate Bank halftime report.
Pretty comfortable.
So 2:02 to go here. 11-point lead.
Harrington and Robinson getting some action here in the second quarter.
Three-pointer, no good. Ashley with the offensive rebound. Nice footwork and great patience.
Yeah, not a lot of help by Rocky defensively for Jewell. I mean, when Cassidy Ashley heads to the paint, somebody needs to step back and help cut her off.
She's got 5 points, 7 rebounds. Carroll with 6 offensive rebounds in the first half. Engelhardt with the answer on the other end. Second chance points tonight. You've got Carroll with 16 points in the paint and 8 second chance points.
There's your difference.
Minute left, first half.
Had the lead up to 14. It's down to 11 at the moment.
Yeah, nice move. Harrington with the bucket. Harrington getting about 15 minutes a night, 3 points per game. Got a 20-second differential between shot clock and game clock. We're going to see who this is going to be called on.
Engelhardt's been able to get to the basket frequently. And she either gets the ball up off the glass or she gets fouled seemingly every time.
Well, a bit of a break for Carroll. That one not going on Dean, which would have been her second. Instead, it's the first on Harrington. Engelhardt with her 5th free throw of the night. First one good. So 38.6 seconds to go. 1 out of 2. Now Rocky with a little token 3-quarter pressure. Ashley, no double team. And off the glass, good.
Good bump, good ball fake. Jewel looks over at Coach Keller and says, I don't know what to do.
So Dean with 15 and Ashley with 7.
Yeah, Ashley's warming up. She only had 5, I think, in that loss over at Western. Shot 2 for 10.
And another foul by
Harrington.
Carroll. Yeah, another one by Harrington, way away from the basket. And Coach, you can see Coach Sayers pointing up to the clock. You don't want to say it's a freshman mistake because she is a redshirt freshman, but still not a good foul.
All right, it's a redshirt freshman mistake. You got to get a shot off.
Gets it off, and it's short, no good. And so an excellent second quarter in which Carroll College outscored Rocky by 14, and they lead by 14, 39-25. Halftime coming up.
In the 1950s, people thought cigarettes were harmless. Today, it's e-cigarettes. Vaping is highly addictive. Plus, there are heavy metals, tin and aluminum, lead, formaldehyde, acetone, carcinogens, and toxic chemicals in the vapor. E-cigarettes are not regulated. Corporate tobacco hasn't changed their game, just their technology. If you want to quit, call the Quit line for free help and FDA-approved medications.
Ford Focus on Child Hunger is an effort here in the region to make sure that our kids are getting enough to eat by providing more food to families in need. Since 2014, our Ford Peanut Butter Drive has collected over 60,000 pounds of peanut butter. And over the last 3 years, we provided over 2 million meals and snacks in the Northwest. When kids have the nutritious food they need, they really can just be kids. The partnership between Ford Fund, local food banks, and the Boys and Girls Club is absolutely amazing. That's really what it means to go further.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
And welcome back inside the PE Center here on the campus of Carroll College. It's halftime of the women's contest, the first of our doubleheader between Carroll and Rocky Mountain. 39-25 your score at the half. Carroll on top with that outburst in the second quarter. With me now, Jarek Walcott, the Sports Information Director for Carroll College. And for those of us who've played sports in college, we know what an SID or a Sports Information Director does. But for those of us at home that don't, explain your job.
Basically, I'm the public relations officer for Carroll Athletics. It's a great place to work, great position to be in. We get the opportunity to work directly with our student athletes, impact their lives, and help them learn to be better communicators, whether it's through social media or through the media, talking to you guys, talking to the newspaper. It's a great job. It's a wonderful place for me. I've got a young son, married with a young son, and another one on the way. We'll have 2 boys, and about the end of basketball season, we'll have another one. It's a great place where I I can take my son and carry him around when I hand out stat sheets, and the atmosphere at Carroll is just a great place to have a family and to work in this environment.
And this is your third year here at Carroll, right?
Yeah, I came from Idaho State. I was the assistant sports information director at Idaho State, and I was there for 14 months before that. I was at the University of Montana where I graduated, and I'm originally from Libby. I'm a Libby logger, so love Montana. My in-laws live east of Great Falls in Geyser, and you know, it's great to be at home and be close to my in-laws. My parents are actually in the Philippines. Get back in August. They're on a mission there. But you know, we love Montana. We love Helen. It's a great community.
Well, we appreciate you spending time with us here at halftime to talk to our audience. But talk me through a night like this, because once the game is done, you've got 2 reports to get out to the TV, to the media. And are you even close to being done at midnight on a night like tonight?
You know, I try to get done by 11 because that's when the deadlines are for newspapers around the state. But sometimes I've been at my desk at every single hour of the day, and that includes 3, 4 in the morning for different things. But it is a time-consuming job, and you go to a Division I school, and they'll have anywhere from 2 to 7 sports information directors. And University of Montana has 2 full-time guys right now. Montana State has 2 full-time guys. They've got less sports than we do. So I've got 15 sports, and I try. I mean, I'm not competing with anybody, but I want my stuff to look at par with Division I schools as much as possible. Sometimes there's time and resources are not there, but I do the best I can, and I do have a few student workers and some other people to help out with. You know, try to get better every day, try to have our website look the best in the conference, the best in the country.
Well, I can tell you from calling games at international for the Olympics and skiing and cycling and Division I athletics, you do a great job, and I appreciate your help very much. For the men tonight, you got Ryan Imhoff, who is the Player of the Week coming in.
Yeah, we got Ryan is the Player of the Week in the conference, is really having a stellar year. Ryan Imhoff and Zach Taylor were both nominated for, they're in the top 100 watch list for the Bevo Francis Award. And nobody's heard of Bevo Francis. And I'll tell you a little bit about him, but that's...
I've heard of Bevo Francis.
Yeah,
yes,
you've heard of Bevo Francis, but not a lot of people have heard of Bevo Francis. But the award is for the best player in small college basketball. That is, there's Small College Association, there's a Christian College Association, NAIA D1 and D2, and there's about 1,200 schools in that. And to have, you do the math, and that's over 15,000 players that they can choose from, and 2 of them are on our team, and that's just an incredible accomplishment. Bevo Francis has had the best scoring year in college basketball history, plays for Rio Grande, and that's not in Texas, that's in Ohio.
Yep.
And an NAIA school. They're actually a great soccer school now, but literally saved that school from bankruptcy because they traveled around the country playing, the best teams in the country, playing in Madison Square Garden, doing
back
all
in the
those
50s,
things.
right?
Yeah,
This is a long time ago, and he scored 100 points in one game, didn't he?
He scored like 100. He had several games over 100 points, and I think his best was like 136. It's an NAIA record, and they actually were dual NAIA and NCAA, but the NCAA didn't count that because it was actually against a junior college, but the NAIA does. So he averaged over 60 points a game for a season. And just to have 2 of our guys be in that conversation, that's just fantastic. It's great for Carroll College.
He's a wealth of information. Jarek Walcott, Sports Information Director for Carroll College. Thanks again, Jarek.
Hey, thanks for having
your
me.
help. You do my your work helps me do my job better. Appreciate it very much.
That's the goal, is we just want to make your life easier. So,
halftime continues. When we come back, we will talk with Bruce Parker. Stay with us.
Dedication. It's the difference between being a Grizz fan and being a real Grizz fan. And now, thanks to First Interstate Bank, it's even easier to show your true colors. Get special rates, discounts on Grizz gear, and tons of other members-only benefits without the hassle of a 24/7 paint job. The new Grizz Banking debit card from First Interstate Bank. Find out more at grizzbanking.com.
I am a high school English teacher, I had been diabetic for 20 years.
Obesity is affecting our population at an alarming rate.
To meet that challenge, the Billings Clinic implemented a comprehensive bariatric program.
The patient is the most important part of the team.
It's not about skinny, it's about being healthy.
I don't have diabetes anymore.
And by now, she has lost over 100 pounds.
Thank you. I'm happy. Life is good.
Have you put off buying a new Tempur-Pedic mattress because you think they're too expensive? Let Conlon Sleep Center help you upgrade to the highest level of comfort, support, and performance with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress. Right now, get the sleep you deserve for as little as $42 a month. It's hard to believe, but true. You can sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, for as low as $42 a month. Hurry in to Conlon Sleep Center for your new Tempur-Pedic or go to conlons.com.
And welcome back to Helena at the PE Center in Carroll College. Peter Young along with Bruce Parker, Rocky Mountain Athletic Director. Good to see you. We do this quite a bit, don't we?
Yeah, we do. It's great to be here. And it's kind of like coming home a little bit after spending 11 years here, Peter. And it's great to be able to come up and watch our team play under Coach Keller. And didn't have a great first half, but there's another half. That's what's good about it.
That's right. Well, good first quarter, but pretty bad second quarter.
Pretty bad second quarter, yeah, that's true.
How many years you been at Rocky now?
2.5 years since I've been gone here from Helena, and it's been a great time. I work for a great president and Bob Wilmuth, Brad Nason, our executive vice president, are good people to work with. They support athletics, and it's we have some great things happening there, and that's what's neat about being in a town like Billings, that there's always something new and something going on, and it's a great community to do events like that we're going to try to do in Billings.
Well, I was going to say the big news around the Frontier Conference, and certainly in Montana, is coming up in March. You guys are hosting the national tournament.
We are?
No one told you?
Wow,
you didn't get that memo?
I better get back.
You got about a month and a half to get ready.
Yeah, and I got to tell you too, Peter, we're really proud about that. To be able to host a national championship in Billings, Montana. The community, Visit Billings under Alex Tyson, have done a wonderful job. Our mayor has been involved with what we're doing, the Chamber of Commerce, and of course Rocky Mountain College with Dr. Wilmuth and Brad Nason and Kelly Edwards and all of our administrative staff supporting us. And I'm fortunate at Rocky to work with a great staff. We have tremendous coaches, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Jeff Malby, my associate athletic director, and Carrie Keller, our business manager, who is the wife of Wes Keller, and do a wonderful job. And it's going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be a community activity, and we're excited about 32 teams in Billings for 7 days. It brings a lot of money into our town, and the Rimrock Auto Center at Metro Park has been a great group to work with, and it's going to be a wonderful event.
You guys are guaranteed a spot. The women's team is guaranteed a spot at the national tournament. What are the dates? When do they start?
March 15th through the 21st. And, you start early in the morning on the 15th. I think the first game is going to be at 8:45, and they run, there's 8 games on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's a lot of basketball. And then there's 4 on Saturday, 2 on Monday. We take Sunday off, and those are the semifinals. And then Tuesday is the national championship game, which will be broadcast on ESPN3.
All right, well, we get that to look forward to in March. Now we get also to look forward to the men's game coming up after the women's game tonight. Handicap that one for us if you can.
Well, we lost a tough one the other night to Steve Keller and Montana Western down in Dillon. We got back within 3 after trailing by 13 in the second half, and then ran out of gas a little bit. And Coach Drykosen is an outstanding coach. He's won a national championship back in 2009, and he's got some great players. I think you'll really like Zach Hinton. Riley Bradshaw, the transfer from Montana, has done a tremendous job. Craig Wilmore. You see a guy like Chad Cannonen. Wait till you watch him shoot the ball tonight. And you've seen some of those games when he shot the ball. And I'm really pleased with the way our basketball team's playing. And we've had some games where we've got way behind at halftime, and we just struggle a little bit coming back. But I got a lot of faith in Coach Drykosen. The year they won it, they finished 6th in the Frontier.
Amazing.
Got to the tournament, won the tournament, got to Kansas City and won it. So, a lot of it depends on if you get hot, and hopefully we'll start getting hot.
And they got to play some pretty good defense tonight as well, because Carroll's one of the best shooting teams in the nation.
Well, one of the best shooting teams from the field, the free throw line, 3-point. I watched them play the other night, trail 3 by 3 at halftime to Montana Western and win by 25.
Yeah, amazing.
They are one of the finest teams I've seen in the Frontier in a lot of years.
As always, I appreciate it, Bruce. Good talking to you.
Peter, good job. Appreciate you being here tonight, and thanks to the SWX crew. We look forward to having a lot of games on.
Okay, you got it.
Thanks.
Bruce Parker, Rocky Mountain College Athletic Director. Halftime continues right after this.
Place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
My name is Philip Davis. I'm from Boone, North Carolina, and I'm a senior in the Aeronautical Science program.
My name is Margaret Cleveland. I'm a freshman from Broadview, Montana, and my major is music education.
I'm Dr. Emily Garrity Ward, Assistant Professor of Geology at Rocky Mountain College.
Hi, I'm Melvin Ware, a senior from Dunmore, Montana. I'm a business administration major.
Did you know that 99% of Rocky students receive scholarships?
Did you know that RMC awarded over $11 million in scholarships this year?
Thank you for enabling us to be first-generation college students.
Hey man, got some chew?
No, man. This stuff's dangerous.
Hey, can I get a zip?
No way.
Why not?
Give me one good reason.
It's full of toxic chemicals. It rots your teeth, and it causes cancer.
Prove it.
It says so right in the can.
Why do you do it?
So then why do you chew?
All right, halftime nearly done here at Carroll College. Peter Young along with Joe McMahon taking a look at some of the stats. What really jumps out at you is the shooting percentage.
Oh, boy.
For Carroll, 51%. Rocky at only 33%. And again, Carroll 44% from behind the arc. They were 4 for 9. Chalich had 2 of those. She was 2 for 2. And then rebounding, 21 to 10, including 6 offensive rebounds for Carroll. And top to bottom, you can see why they're up 14 points.
Yeah, add a little bit more to that. Points in the paint, Carroll 22 to 8 for Rocky. And off turnovers, Carroll scored 13 points to just 6. So it's been all Carroll here. And I shouldn't say that. Second quarter was all Carroll. It was 15 apiece at the end of the first.
4 blocks for Carroll as well. I thought Hannah Dean had a few of those, but they're going to give her 1. Ashley has 1, Watson 1, and Dowdy with a block as well.
How about that first half for Hannah Dean? Peter, she had a phenomenal 6 of 9 from the floor, 15.7 rebounds.
Cassidy Hashley with 7 points and 8 rebounds. For Rocky Mountain, your leading scorer was Justin Jewell with 8 points. She was 2 of 3 from behind the arc, but not a lot of rebounds. Your leading rebounder, Engelhardt, for Rocky with only 2. So Carroll will start off with the ball here. Third quarter just underway. Carroll in white, Rocky in the road dark uniforms, and another turnover.
Yeah.
So both teams with 7 in the first half, Joe. It seemed like more than that.
Yeah, Brittany Johnson had a tough first half and right there, drove into the paint. Actually could have kept going and probably got the ball off the glass, but she was going to bounce pass to Hashley, and she cut away from her. And traveling call.
They set up Jewell for another three-pointer. Yes, Justin Jewell. That is her third three-pointer of the night. She's 3 for 4.
She likes it right at the top of the arc. Have you noticed that? She's right either the center or just a bit off the top of the center of that arc. It's her preference.
And that one will go in for Cassidy Hashley.
Well, when Hashley's hitting that shot, she is tough to guard because if you come out on her, she's quick enough to go around you.
Joe, in 18 games, as Fartsfield gets that little runner to go down, in 18 games, Justin Jewell made 2 3-pointers on the season. She's made 3 tonight.
You just never know. That's something that Carroll didn't see on film for sure, so they're giving her that shot. They're going to have to close out on her.
Engelhardt with the rebound. She now has 3. Jewell thought about it. They're going to take a little pull-up, 1 dribble. Free throw line, no good.
She was too close.
Watson with the rebound. They go right back to Dean. Good patience. And a little hook shot, no good. But she might have gotten away with a travel.
Yeah, they went right back to her. She caught it the first time and bounced right away and picked it up. and passed it, gave her the ball right back.
Jewel in and out. She had an open look.
She did. Coach Sayers talking to the sideline official over there. Begging for an offensive foul on the screen.
Pasta, corner, 3, in and out. And Rocky comes away with a loose ball rebound. This is Chamberlain.
Right down the lane.
Chamberlain right down the lane, just kind of gave Johnson a nice little juke.
Yeah, left to right hand and then back to the left and laid it off the glass. Made it look pretty simple.
Chamberlain, a 43% field goal shooter. Doesn't get a whole lot of points, 5.6 a night. And another bucket for Cassidy Ashley.
She's starting to pick it up.
So she has 11. So Dean and Ashley now in double figures.
That's pretty typical for Carroll when they're going well. Their posts are going to lead them.
And they're going to get Watson with the foul. That's her first foul, first team foul. And that will send Chamberlain to the line shooting 2, where she is a 56% free throw shooter. And she kind of does the back foot back, but she also turns the hips and shoulders as well.
Yeah. A pronounced left foot in front of the right for her.
Gets 1 out of 2. 43-33. Under 7 to go, third quarter. Peter Young and Joe McMahon, thanks for spending your Saturday night with us here on SWX. Just a reminder, about 20 minutes after the end of this game, the men will take center court.
Looks like we got a reaching foul on Rocky. Chamberlain's got it. Rocky's cut this lead back to 10 now. It was 14 at the half. Gradually trying to get it under double digits.
Oh, nice pass.
Beautiful.
That's good looking basketball.
Yeah.
Ashley to Dean.
High-low game. Dean fired the ball to Ashley on the low block, cut to the basket, got it right back for a layup.
Oh, good strip by Ashley. Right to Chamberlain, and she loses it.
Watch Ashley run on the floor. She's really pushing it, Peter, to get up ahead of the post players for Rocky.
Ashley lost it, but Dean picks it up. Check that, Watson. This is Dean. Little runner, no good, and Ashley with the offensive rebound. The reverse layup over Marquise Francis.
Yeah, nice move, good heads up move that time. She found a way to get to the bucket, flipped it with the right hand, up under, off the glass. 2 more for Cassie.
Ashley now with a double-double. She's got 13 points, 10 rebounds. Dean with 17 points, 7 rebounds.
Travel.
Another travel.
Yeah.
9 turnovers for Rocky.
I believe there were 12 traveling calls in that first half. I talked to the gentleman who supervises the officials. He said he's never seen anything like that. So that's amazing.
And it's not like either team is playing really locked down man-to-man defense.
Nope.
It looks like Rocky might have been in a bit of a zone there.
Yeah, they
get the turnover.
Jump back into a little junk 1-3-1.
Francis for 3.
Boy, Hannah Dean and Varsity for Rocky both went down hard.
Yeah, they both went hard. Now that's Justin Jewell. You can tell by the knee brace.
Yeah,
they are fortunately both okay. So the upshot of that is I believe they called the foul on Justin Jewell.
Yeah.
Her second, team second. We will step aside, media timeout.
Have you put off buying a new Tempur-Pedic mattress because you think they're too expensive? Let Conlon Sleep Center help you upgrade to the highest level of comfort, support, and performance with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress. Right now, get the sleep you deserve for as little as $42 a month. It's hard to believe, but true. You can sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, for as low as $42 a month. Hurry in to Conlon Sleep Center for your new Tempur-Pedic or go to conlons.com.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the eastern high plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
Back inside the PE Center here, Carroll College on top 47-33. The Carroll women trying to stop a 4-game slide. Meanwhile, Rocky has lost 2 straight on the road. They're in the midst of a long road trip. 6 road games in a row. They're about halfway through. And then come February, they're home for almost the entire month. But a tough stretch right now for Rocky.
This is, and for every team, they go through something like this every season, and got to get a couple, find a way to win on the road.
Justin Jewell with the steal. Jewell's had a nice game. She leads Rocky with 11. That shot short, way short by Engelhardt. May have been tipped.
Yeah, Johnson got a hand on that. Ashley asking for the basketball. She's had Francis pinned behind her, but it's
Rocky back in that zone. Pasta, 3, right in front of the bench.
Boy, that looked good.
And Francis gets the rebound.
Rocky's in dire need of a bucket right here. Big play. They get it.
Yeah, nice move by Alicia Chamberlain.
Yeah, good drive to the baseline, use her left hand, put it off the glass. They want to get
47-35. Excuse me, Joe.
Excuse me, Peter. They want to get it under 10 here. The Bears do, as we approach the end of quarter 3.
Pasta stepped into the 3, yes.
It's not
5th 3 of the night for the team.
It's not going to happen if they keep letting her have wide open threes.
That's her 2nd 3 of the night.
That was her second good look. The last one, she just missed the front.
Oh, pretty backdoor. Shot no good. Nice opportunity for Rocky. And Pasta nearly loses, and she does. Just a really lazy pass from one of her teammates.
Coach Sayers, that causes your palms to go up if you're the coach and say, what is going on?
Leads at 15. Justin Jewell, good cut. And before the shot, I think they're going to call Bailey Watson for a foul.
Watson climbing over the back there, trying to get that rebound. Got beat to the ball.
Rebound, Alicia Chamberlain fouled. Watson team second.
A couple more substitutions, so you got about 3 players checking in for Carroll. Dowdy and Harrington and Chalich into the ballgame.
Chalich had a good first half. She was a spark off the bench for him.
2 3-pointers. She's got 6 points.
Played good defense.
And they're going to call that 3rd foul on Dowdy.
Yeah, she got tangled up with Jewell.
This has been a quick 3rd quarter. You got under 3 minutes to go here.
This is where both teams have to gut it out. Game 2 of a 2-game weekend. Carroll with 24 more hours to recover between their games than Rocky, but both teams starting to feel it.
And another turnover. Rocky's offense really looks out of sorts.
Good job by Ashley getting her hand in the passing lane, knocking it loose.
10th turnover for Rocky.
You lose 4 in a row.
Pasta again, that's her 3rd 3.
Nice shot, Bailey. When you lose 4 in a row like Carroll has, this is nice to see. They're starting to extend this lead now, Peter. They're really taking control of this game.
Lead up to 18. It was tight first quarter, tied at 15, and then Carroll really blew it open in the second, trying to do the same here, but Justin Jewell with the answer.
She's having a career night from behind the arc.
Justin Jewell with another 3. She's 3 of 4. Again, coming into tonight, she'd made 2 all year. Actually, check that. She should be 4 for 5, I think, by now.
I thought she had 4. Ashley answers right back at the other end. So what Dean was doing in the first half, Ashley's picked it up here in the second half. She is off and running.
Another Rocky turnover. Jacquard and Jackson check in for Rocky.
Here comes Salonen. We haven't seen her yet tonight. Taylor.
Freshman out of Kalispell.
A good mix of veterans and youth, both these two basketball teams.
And I think they're going to call this one on Jackson. She has been aggressive on the defensive end tonight.
Yeah, they have her playing the 4 and 5, and she's tall enough, but she's a little undersized physically. She's getting pushed around by these big Carroll Post players.
Ronnie Harris in for Rocky.
.123 to go, third quarter. Challenge for 3, and that one's short. They got a 3 off of that play in the first half, and they got another open look there.
Yep, same play. Passed to hit it out of the inbound in the first half.
Jackson, pretty spin move, yes.
Quick move.
Ebony Jackson, very productive and efficient on the offensive end at 58% field goal shooting, but she doesn't take a lot of shots.
Nope.
Salonen for 3, yes.
That'll get you off the bench. Keep doing that.
Carroll now shooting 50% from behind the arc tonight and 54% from the floor.
Well, I mentioned in the pregame they've had a hard time putting the ball in the bucket in their conference games, and that's changed tonight.
Simplify and execute. I tell you what, when you hit your shots, it looks like you're executing, doesn't it?
Yeah. The coach looks smart. Everybody looks, it all looks good.
(58-40). 12 to go here in the third quarter. Shot clock is off.
Where are they going to go here?
6 to shoot. Pasta steps into a 3. And that will do it, or no? They're going to call a foul on Dowdy there with 0.7 of a second left. Well, that is frustrating.
She's just being aggressive going for that rebound, but you got to pull up, you got to know what's on the clock, right?
My goodness. So that'll do it for the third quarter, 58-40. The lead increases as Carroll outscored Rocky in that quarter by 4. 1 quarter left.
My name's Phil Davis. I'm from Boone, North Carolina, and I'm a senior in the Aeronautical Science program.
My name is Margaret Cleveland. I'm a freshman from Broadview, Montana, and my major is music education.
I'm Dr. Emily Garrity Ward, Assistant Professor of Geology at Rocky Mountain College.
Hi, I'm Melvin Ware, a senior from Dunmore, Montana. I'm a business administration major.
Did you know that 99% of Rocky students receive scholarships?
Did you know that RMC awarded over $11 million in scholarships this year?
Thank you for enabling us to be first-generation college students.
At Northwestern Energy, part of delivering a bright future means being connected to all our communities. It means delivering safe and reliable power to your home, while helping to power your business's success. It means actively planning for the future, while investing in future generations. It means working to ensure your safety and comfort, while comforting those in need. It's by working together that we're able to deliver a bright future. Because together, we're Northwestern Energy.
Diorama will get you there. So much more than a tire store. Diorama, the service never ends. The best tires for the Northwest. Diorama, where you got a friend. Quality products, names you can trust. Diorama, not us. Diorama.
Big night for Cassidy Hashley, 15 points, 10 rebounds. So the interior play of Dean and Hashley have led the way tonight for Carroll College as they have an 18-point lead here with 1 quarter left. Three-pointer. Yes! Jay Lefevre with the 3, senior from Laurel, Montana. 5th 3 of the night for Rocky.
Little 2-2-1, 3-quarter court trap put on here by Wes Keller and the Battle Bears.
And they almost get the steal. They do. No, out of bounds. So Carroll gets a lucky bounce, and we'll get the ball back.
Coach Keller trying to turn up the pace there, make it a little more frantic game, get his team back in the game, down 15.
Lefevre had 10 last night against Western. A good three-point shooter at 36.5%. That was her first, check that, second attempt of the night, so she's 1 for 2.
As we mentioned, she had a good night last night. Man-to-man defense, Rocky stepping into the passing lanes, looking for turnovers. Letting Carroll, though, run a lot of time off the shot clock. Job offensively by the Saints.
And they call a travel beforehand.
Yeah, she pinned it on her hip and drug her back foot. Well, the floor's not wet, but you would think it was. All the sliding that's going on tonight, right? There's no hockey game in here last night.
Nope.
No, none of that.
Carroll now with 12 turnovers on the night. Rocky with 11. High screen. Into Jackson. Oh, and Lefevre,
Yeah,
double dribble.
Yep, on the baseline.
And now they extend this 2-2-1.
Yep, they're looking to trap the ball in
further
the
out.
corner. And Carroll's aware of it. They're going to keep the ball in the middle of the court. There they are. Work it across.
Ashley's open. They don't give it to her.
There they are. Nice cut.
Nice back door. That's good looking basketball. Harrington with the bucket.
Yep. She watched her defender turn her head to see where the offensive player was coming into the lane, and as soon as she did, Harrington cut to the baseline.
Good defense by Ashley.
Harrington on the floor.
And we haven't seen many of this tonight.
Nope.
Not a whole lot of jump balls. So possession arrow gives it back to Carroll. There you see Michaela Jones briefly there on the bench, at the end of the bench in the green sweat tops, the leading scorer for Rocky Mount. She's missed, I think, 3 straight games. She hurt herself in the pregame warm-ups at MSU Northern, a game which Rocky won by 2, but they lost 2 straight, and they're down tonight. And we got another jump ball.
That'll go to Rocky. Yeah, she's a big piece of this Rocky Mountain Battling Bear team for Wes Keller. She averages 32 minutes a game.
Yeah, leads the team in assists, steals, scoring.
Drives the bus if needed, probably.
Lefevre loses it. This is Pasta. Harrington open from the baseline, just inside the arc.
Yeah.
And now Carroll's starting to pull away, up by 19.
Harrington has come off the bench and played well for Carroll College.
Fartseed, wow, with the little Meadowlark Lemon scoop shot.
Exactly, that was a long looping underhand shot.
How many people at home actually know who Meadowlark Lemon is these days?
I do.
Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Long-time Holland
Absolutely.
Globetrotter.
Yeah, Rocky's tired. You can see it, Peter.
5 to shoot. Challenge from the corner, no good. Good defense by Rocky. Well, if Rocky's going to make a move, Joe, they've got to do it pretty quick, and I think you made a salient point. I just don't know if they have the energy.
They don't. No, right now they just don't. came off a tough loss last night, had to travel from Dillon to Helena.
They only lost by 5 last night, despite shooting only 32%.
Against a very good Western team.
Yeah, and they defensively kept themselves in the ball game.
Right.
But boy, they are having a hard time putting the ball in the basket. So Jackson is fouled by Hashley. That's only Hashley's first.
Dean's been not quite as active as she was in the first half.
Jackson does the same thing with her feet as well.
Yes, she does. You're right.
Doesn't seem to be helping because you've got Jackson at 58%. I think it was Chamberlain was the other Rocky player that did this, the lefty, shooting 56% from the free throw line. She misses both. Pasta with the rebound. That's the 31st rebound for Carroll. Rocky still at 18. So there's that rebound margin coming into play.
Yeah, Carroll's done a great job on the boards on both ends tonight.
Rocky with not a single second chance bucket tonight. Yeah, Francis over the back.
I can call that one.
First foul of the quarter on Rocky. That's her third.
Just thinking ahead, Carroll back on the road. Is that correct next weekend, Peter?
Yeah, Carroll back on the road to take on MSU Northern and Great Falls, and then they're back home for a 3-game stretch against Tech, LC, and Western. So a tough stretch.
Yeah, next weekend's a challenge. Both very good teams.
Pasta stepped into it, and that one a little bit far out.
Rebound, Elisa Chamberlain.
Just not a whole lot of energy from this Rocky bench right now and from the players, and they need it. They need the help right now if they're going to make a run because time's running out.
Carroll sitting in his zone.
And they're going to call a foul or a walk? They're going to call a foul.
Bump on Hashley as Francis turned to the baseline.
So that's her second, and that's only the second team foul, but in the act of shooting, Francis will go to the free throw line.
Dowdy's coming back in, 4 fouls, right? I'm going to give her 2 minutes. It's just that night for her. She might get a foul checking in. You never know.
She's got 4 fouls and 1 rebound.
Yeah.
Has not taken a shot. And we've all had those nights.
Yes, we have.
And tonight is hers. Fortunately, they really haven't needed her.
That's true. And it's not due to lack of effort. It's just not going her way.
Ashley and Harrington take a seat. Chalich and Dowdy in.
I think I've had weeks like that. There you go. Nice shot.
Francis gets them both. She's now got 7 on the night. And Coach Sayers wants to call a timeout.
Yeah. Didn't like what you saw there on that press break.
5:20 to go in the ball game. 62-45 your score. At Helena Accommodations, we are resolved to providing first quality furnished apartments for short and extended stays in Helena, Montana. Our rentals appeal to business travelers, vacationers, or when you're just in between homes. We've created comfortable, fully furnished, well-maintained corporate housing that is centrally located and competitively priced. Settle in for a wonderful stay at Helena Accommodations. Visit us online at helenaaccommodations.com. So 17-point lead for Carroll, 5:20 to go. It's Carroll basketball. Again, taking a look at some of the stats on the night, Carroll shooting 52% from the floor. About 40%, pretty close to it, from the three-point line and 75% from the free throw. Rocky's been to the free throw line a lot, but they're 12 of 18. And they're still shooting 36% from the floor. Leading scorers are still Dean with 17. She's got 17, Ashley's got 15. And you've got only one player in double figures for Rocky, and that is Jewel. She has 14 thanks to her career night from behind the arc. She's 4 for 5.
Yeah, she's been launching it routinely, and they've needed those buckets to keep it even this close. 8 rebounds tonight for Dean, as you mentioned. She's just, the sophomores really come of age tonight.
Once again, reminder, they'll put about 20 minutes on the clock after the conclusion of this one. And we will take a break and then come back for the men, where the Carroll men ranked number 1 in the nation in field goal and free throw percentage. They just shoot the lights out. And for Rocky, they've had a bit of a tough stretch. They lost to Western last night by 12. And a couple nights ago, Carroll was down at Western and beat them by about 25.
Yeah, they just took it to them. I don't remember the last time somebody went into Dillon and beat Steve Keller's Bulldogs by 25.
So Coach Drykosen, who won that national championship in '09, as Bruce Parker mentioned in our halftime interview, he and his team got their work cut out for them tonight, because this Carroll men's basketball team that Coach Cunningham, Dr. Cunningham, they are clicking on all cylinders so far this year.
Boy, he came in, took a program that had won just a game or two.
And struggled his first year.
Yep.
And Taylor's the only holdover, the only player that he did not recruit, and he's one of their best kids, one of their best players.
Senior.
It's a great story.
Oh, there was a travel. They missed that one.
Francis no good. And Dean with another rebound. So Dean was 17 and 9. You almost have your 2 post players with double doubles.
Well, Ashley averages a double-double, 15 and 10, and that's where she's at. Well, Dowdy's proved me wrong. She's been in there.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, she's hanging in there.
3 to shoot. Watson, no good. Dowdy with the offensive rebound, and she loses it.
Darn it. Want something to go right for that young lady tonight. She's working hard.
She is hustling.
Yeah, she hasn't stopped doing that.
Ronnie Harris, number 40, has checked into the ball game for Rocky. Does not see a whole lot of time, but this one is kind of getting away from Rocky. So Coach Keller's going to give her some minutes, as Francis might have gotten away with a bit of a push.
She might have. I think Watson thought so.
Timeout, 62-45 your score.
Hi, we're Helen Accommodations. Superior in-town extended stays. Perfect for traveling executives, medical staff, family, transferees. Nifty 19th century architecture with 21st century technologies. Complete kitchens, wonderful bedrooms, updated baths, and full living rooms. It's a wonderful place to stay right in the heart of Helena. Dorme bene. Sleep well.
Picking up pieces of my life, sometimes there's ones I just can't find, but they found a home with you. And when I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you.
Peter Young and Joe McMahon, thanks for spending your Saturday night with us. 62-45. So Rocky on the season, 10 and 9, 2 and 5 in conference play. And unless they have a miraculous turnaround here in the last 3:39, are going to drop to 2 and 6 in conference play.
Right.
So they are going to basically back their way into the national tournament, because they're going to get to play.
They're going to get to play there as it's in Billings, you're right.
But you hope that they will at least have a record above 500.
I know the team they're playing tonight really wants to be in Billings at that time too. What a great opportunity. How often does it get to Montana?
Carroll started out the season 10 and 2 in non-conference, but 2 and 5 since.
There she is. Johnson, Brittany Johnson, finally got a bucket to go.
And Carroll did spend quite a bit of time in the top 25 rankings, but thanks to this 4-game slide, they have dropped out. Another turnover.
Just a tough night taking care of the basketball tonight for the Battling Bears.
So 8 made 3-pointers for Carroll. You can really look at almost every team stat, Joe.
Yeah.
And it favors Carroll.
Yep. whistle. I think they're going to get a reach. Yep, they are. Chamberlain.
Chamberlain, her second, team second, out of bounds. Carroll.
Well, it's tight in the first quarter, but Carroll really took over. They outscored Rocky 24-10 in that second quarter, and that's been the difference.
Randy Gum and Addie Martin in for Rocky.
Addie Martin into the ball game, number 14. Only the 10th game she's played in this year. So Coach Keller getting some of the subs into the ball game, emptying the bench.
He looks very relaxed on the bench.
Well, there you see Coach Sayers and Coach Turcotte.
Yeah, they're up, moving.
J.D. Solomon. They're all relaxed. They're up 20.
Absolutely.
Coach Keller's been around the game his whole life. He's seen it all. Grew up probably going to a bunch of his dad's games because his dad has coached his whole life.
He has. High school and then on to assistant. Got a whistle in the paint, but yeah, he was an assistant here at Carroll in the men's program for a while, and then down to Western.
And Coach Turcotte, of course, Coach Sayers' assistant, was the head men's coach here for a number of years.
Yeah, when he was the head men's coach, he'd come out. I'd never forget watching some of the games. He'd wear a jacket, always had a jacket on, sport jacket at the start of the game, but 3-4 minutes in, it's gone. It's off, he's throwing it. He's a little more calm as the assistant, but he went through a lot of sport coat buttons.
Taylor Sonanen, number 12. Julie Caputo, number 10, is checked in. And I believe we got number 20, Michaela Olsen. So a timeout with 2:23 to go. Again, we want to welcome our network affiliates for tonight's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima. We are happy to have you enjoying this game with us.
You mentioned all the stats favor Carroll. They certainly do, but you look at second chance points. Carroll has 10, nothing for Rocky, 0. I mean,
huge rebounding advantage.
Field
goal
chance
shooting.
Points, one should at least fall in your lap, and you could put it back up in a 40-minute game, right?
Not tonight. 5 blocks to 0. Okay, here we go. Last 2:23. Long bus ride home tonight for Rocky. And then next weekend they go to LC State, Montana Tech, and that is a tough road trip for really every team.
Yes, it is.
Because for every team in the conference to get to LC State down there in Lewiston, Idaho.
That's a drive.
It's a drive.
There's Dowdy.
Hey, there's Dowdy. So 4 fouls, and now finally 2 points.
Shot. Michaela Olsen has checked in for Carroll. Seeing her first action tonight, number 20.
Dowdy averaging over 5 points tonight. Boy, Caputo nearly got a steal.
And there she goes.
And so that's going to be the 5th on Dowdy.
Dowdy lasted 3 minutes longer than I thought she would. She makes use of every one of them. I'll tell you what, she's getting after it. Coach Sayers just looked at her. Do you see that? Shook her head and said, "It's not your night, girl."
So Harrington will check in for Dowdy, who finishes with the 5 fouls and 2 rebounds and 2 points.
Is that why she wears number 5? I don't know. Both these teams have a lot of ladies that are Montana kids. Montana, Washington, well represented on both squads.
Yeah, actually, Joe, I'm looking at the stats now from the season, and Dowdy on the season averages, you don't often hear about average fouls, and she only averages about 1 foul a night.
Yeah, today's just one of those days.
Caputo is going to try a 3.
Why not?
Yeah, they gave it to her. And Harris with the rebound.
Carroll stretched this lead out to 22 now. Biggest lead of the game.
And we got another foul.
Saints, as I mentioned, just 56 points per game in conference right now, and this will help. You know, they're close to 70 now and giving up 60 points per game. So on both ends, they've had a good effort tonight.
So this will be the 3rd straight loss for Rocky. They will drop to 10-10 on the season and 2-6 in conference play.
So they'll drop to 6th position. Carroll will, at 3-5, take that 5th spot solely. A lot of conference games still yet to be played.
Yeah, you got over a month left. Nice step through.
Well, they're either going to have to call a travel on Robinson or a foul.
I think they called that foul on Addie Martin.
Yeah, Martin had her hand on the wrist.
Team fourth on about 6.
Salonen with the offensive rebound. Yes! Michaela Olsen for 3.
Redshirt sophomore out of Lewistown. Big shot there for her.
Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Rocky under a minute to go. Carroll up to 70 points. Well, Rocky really has to hope that Michaela Jones can heal up and heal up soon, because they do miss her.
Coach Keller have any timeline when she might be back?
He did not. If he did, he didn't tell me. Oh, and a late whistle.
Really late.
As Cum was open for a moment, and then after the shot got fouled.
Yeah,
So that's on Harrington.
Yeah.
So that's her 3rd.
Coming out of Great Falls, Montana.
First miss of the night for Cum. She was 2 for 2. She does not get to the free throw line a whole bunch this year. She only took 9 on the season prior to tonight. So she's 3 for 4. Well, the fans up here where we're sitting wanted her to shoot it again.
She had an open look.
I don't know why we call those with 30 seconds to go.
Team.
So with 29.6 seconds to go, time to announce our player of the game. It's Hannah Dean, the 6'1" sophomore. Shot 7 of 12, had 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Yeah, she was the difference in the first half, especially in that second quarter. Well, all throughout the first half, but when Carroll stretched that lead out, outscoring Rocky by 14 in the second quarter. Hannah Dean was in the middle of almost every play. 15 points in the first half. She's just phenomenal game for that sophomore. And then Ashley picked it up in the second half.
Could have gone either Ashley or Dean. Ashley had 15 points, 10 rebounds. As you say, that's her season average. But we got another foul.
Foul on Michaela Olsen, her first.
Foul on Olsen. So Jacquart will go to the line to shoot 2. And she makes them both.
So this game much closer between these two teams, an 8-point game in Billings December 1st, but Carroll, strong post play tonight from Dean and Ashley has really made the difference. They've been able to stretch this lead out and just extend it throughout the second, third, and fourth quarter.
And there you can see Jarek Walcott in the far right of your screen holding up what must be a smartphone, taking video. Does it all, doesn't he?
He does.
There's your final, 71-50. Carroll with the win, the 21-point win. They are now 13-7 on the season, 3-5 in conference play. Rocky 10-10, 2-6. We're going to step aside, folks, but in about 20 minutes, we will be back for our men's game between Rocky and Carroll. See you in a bit.
Excited about Bobcat season? Trust us, so are we. Sometimes game day just can't get here soon enough. You could show up 12 hours before kickoff to show your colors, or you could get the new Bobcat banking card from First Interstate Bank. Find out more at bobcatbanking.com.
It's hard to be in college and not be focused.
Being an athlete even helps you become more and more focused.
If I don't stay focused, I fall way behind on schoolwork.
A lot of homework on the bus and in hotel room. This is one of the most formational times in your life, and so it's important to make healthy choices.
Because people who are tobacco free just do better in school.
I don't use tobacco. I feel like your body is your temple.
I don't think I'd be the person I am today if I had used tobacco products.
I'm focused on a tobacco-free generation.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a carry-out deal just for you. Any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. You want a large hand-tossed pepperoni and mushroom? $10. Or maybe you're a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking about a combination of your own? Well, that's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. And get stuffed crust for just $2 more. This $10 carryout deal ends soon, so hurry to Pizza Hut today.
So recapping our women's contest, 71-50 for the women. Carroll gets the win. They shoot almost 52% from the floor, 42.8 from the three-point arc. They out-rebound Rocky by 15. Again, Dean, your high score was 17. Justin Jewell, your high with 14 for Rocky. For the men, as you see them getting ready for the game, which will come up in about 19 minutes. And we will be back for that one. Peter Young and Joe McMahon. And coming into this one, Joe, we got Ryan Imhoff, who is the current Frontier Conference Player of the Week. Had a nice night the other night against Western, 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Yeah, he's averaging 31 minutes and 16 points on the season. He's just really come into his own. He's steadily improved since he was a freshman, and they rely on him for a lot. But they have 4 guys